Yay.
On to the news.
Yeah, let's close out this fucking 4 gigs of tabs that I have open. Like, please, for the love of God. My poor computer.
All right. Next year, Lollipop Chainsaw is getting a remake.
Hell yeah.
Which means I'll get to finally play that okay game I dropped years ago.
Yeah, I know, right? I've never played the game, but it's definitely mildly interested.
Deshaun,
it's an alright action game. Do what now?
I got the studio for you.
The studio?
Yeah.
Oh, the actual name of the studio?
Yeah. Flying Bark Productions.
That's what it is, yep. I remember seeing that, yep. Yeah, they're fucking cool. They do good work.
Good work.
Can't wait to see what they do next after TMNT Monkey Kid. Like, because they've been doing the TMNT movie, so whatever they do next after that will probably be equally as hype.
Good stuff. Keep an eye out for them.
But yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw remake coming out next year. Hey man, it was an okay game. A lot of cosplayers cosplayed the fuck out of what's her face. So
Julie, I think.
I believe so.
I remember watching one review and was like, "This game is something I can't play while I live with my parents." Like,
it's definitely one of those. Yeah, it's one of those edgy ass fucking. It's a product of its time because there are a lot of games like it out at the time. But
But also, it seemed like it would actually be fun.
The game is like more personality than it is gameplay. It's flashy and has a bunch of cool looking stuff in it. The gameplay's just a little clunky. So, but maybe they'll fix it. Like since it's like a real ass remake and not just a remaster, so you might fix it.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of remasters. Red Dead Redemption and GTA 4 remasters shelved after GTA Trilogy debacle. So, as we know, the GTA Trilogy came out, and it was a big pile of shit. They let some phone game developers remaster their games, and they came out really, really bad. So, Rockstar was like, alright then, well, say goodbye to that Red Dead Redemption remaster, the GTA 4 remaster. We're just not gonna fuck with them.
We cut corners and you didn't like it? That's your fault.
Right, we're gonna punish you for it. So which sucks because Red Dead Redemption, in my opinion, is way fucking better than Red Dead 2. And I would have really liked a kind of modern version of that game to play, but I guess I'll just have to do what I usually do and get it totally legally
on the high seas.
Yeah. Okay, so like the Red Dead thing I get because it's not on PC. But like GTA 4 is on PC. It's on my Steam page. Like I don't understand the need to remaster GTA 4.
Yeah, it's really a
remake.
Yeah, it doesn't really need it. Well, because they didn't need to remake the GTA trilogy either. Those games, they put those games out on like PS4 not too long ago. I own them,
Yeah. Like, I could see a remake of GTA 4 because GTA 4 kind of sucked.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I remember people being like, "Oh yeah, GTA 4 is the best," but like as time goes on, everybody's like, "Nah, that game sucks."
Yeah, there was like, I could see if they wanted to like redo a lot of stuff. I get that. But like, if it's just a remaster, why? Doesn't make any sense.
That money, dog. That like refresh, put it in everybody's like current memory. Make everybody see it. But yeah, it's just Rockstar's decided, hey, we're just not gonna do that cool stuff. We're just gonna focus on GTA 6,
which
good. I guess that's better than them pumping more GTA 5 bullshit, which they still are. That game makes like $1 billion a day or some stupid shit. So
I was gonna say, like, those RP servers keeping that game strong.
Ridiculous. Like, they're constantly coming out with like new, well, quote unquote DLC. It's always just like, and this update will just give you a bunch of money. Here's some cars that you can buy.
Here's a new boat.
Yeah.
The funny thing about that game is that, like, if they actually got sponsorship deals with car companies, they could just be like the new Madden and put out a new patch every year with just the new car.
Yeah.
Like, here's the Ford 2023 truck that you can buy.
Right. Yeah, and like, I guess that's kind of what they wanted to do with GTA Online, just have it be like a fucking long running service. But I guess it's kind of time to move on. I think they've been fucking, just kind of milking it, and it just hasn't been evolving at all.
Yeah, I was gonna
dumping stuff into it.
GTA Online should honestly be like the new, or it is basically the new PS Home thing that they used to have, or like, when you used to go on to what's it called, the one where you Neopets, where you just go hang out with your friends online in a server.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's basically just your new forum room, your new.
What was that fucking website that with the penguins?
Club Penguin.
Club Penguin, yeah. Pool's closed. Those guys.
Yeah, it's basically just online Sims, which is fantastic. Like, I can understand why it's doing so well.
Right. It's like it's just VR chat, but you can shoot people. So
right.
I mean, it's just VR chat, but
you can actually interact with stuff.
Yeah, no, like I dig, like I get it. I mean, I don't play it because I don't have friends, but like, like I get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, yeah, they really should just sold it as like a standalone thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because it's holding. It's literally it was holding up GTA 6.
Yeah.
It's like the people who aren't playing that shit want GTA 6. So can we at least get a whiff of that? An inkling?
Just a whiff. I would be fine.
Well, RDR Online, I think, is like a separate entity. Like, I think you could buy it separately on Steam.
I mean, it was. Yeah, it's just. I think that's literally our next news story.
Yeah.
So
shit's on life support.
Yeah, we'll just jump into that then. Oh no, it's my fucking. There we go. Oh god. Oh my god, Eurogamer.
I know, I hate it.
All right, hold on. Forgive me, folks.
For I have
Eurogamer thinks I'm gonna turn off my ad block. Come on, you fuckers. There we go. I just load the page and then stop it before it loads completely. Rockstar confirms end of major Red Dead Online support. Well, there you go. Rockstar has told fans not to expect any further major updates for their shitty Red Dead Online as it continues to shift development resource towards Grand Theft Auto 6. It's bad news for Red Dead Online players, all 12 of them, who have for some time complained the game had been underserved and overlooked by Rockstar in comparison to the more lucrative GTA Online.
And they said, "Yep, you're right."
Yeah, they're like, correct. We don't want to do that shit anymore. Let's see.
I mean,
now
only...
Rockstar has laid out.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now Rockstar has laid out its plan to keep Red Dead Online life support and acknowledge its greater focus on GTA 6. Over the past few years, we have been steadily moving more development resources towards the next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series, understanding more than ever the need to exceed players' expectations, and for this next entry to be the best it can possibly be. So, yeah, yeah, they're just moving on. You know,
yep.
they fucked up Red Dead Online. They had every opportunity to fix it, and they decided, nah, we're just gonna keep milking GTA 5. Red Dead Online didn't catch on immediately because we fucked it up. So, once again, they're punishing us for their fuck up.
I mean, fucking, what do you expect?
Got it.
Yep. I mean, yeah, it's Rockstar. They don't even give a fuck about their own employees. Earlier, and this happened. When is this story? This is on July 8th. So Red Dead Online players held an in-game funeral for the live service in order to mark what they suggested was 1 year of the game being abandoned.
Dang.
So, yeah.
Dang.
That's pretty rough. Yeah. Rockstar is just... Red Dead 2 was just such a weird moment in time. It really feels like they put it out because they felt like they had to, you know. And then as soon as it didn't blow up and take the world by storm, or as soon as it was out of the cultural zeitgeist for a little while, they were like, all right, fuck this, abandon. Right out of there.
They tried so much with that game that I don't think they put a lot of their resources into things that I think only they cared about.
Yeah, like the size of a horse's testicles when it's cold.
Or the grain of rice actually being I don't know if it was individually modeled or something like that, whereas some of the background elements were modeled to such a degree that they were. I forget the story, but it's
It was a lot of useless shit that 99.9% of players would not even notice.
Yeah.
You know, they had fucking homeboy like, oh, did you eat too much? Well, now your guy's fat. It's like, okay, well that was in San Andreas, but that was like not a real thing. You know, that was like a joke. And here it was like a major gameplay element. You know, it's like, oh god, like they made so many weird decisions with Red Dead 2. It's just kind of like. It's kind of like they put it out there to fail almost, like they knew that was going to happen. All right, time for a really depressing story for me anyway. A single player Apex Legends FPS game is in the works, and the original announcement is a new game in the Apex Legends universe. Not a new game in the Titanfall universe.
Oh,
the Apex Legends universe.
No.
If that doesn't tell you that Titanfall is dead as fuck, I don't know what will.
What? What?
Yeah.
Why?
It's fucked up because every now and then Respawn will be like, oh, don't worry guys, Titanfall is part of our DNA, we'll never abandon it. And then like the next day a news story will come out about how they're abandoning the fuck out of it.
Yep.
I mean,
it's like, come on guys.
To be fair, it's entirely possible that it is Titanfall 3. You know?
Could you imagine? That would be awesome. Except Titanfall 3 is dead as fuck.
I'm just saying, it's possible. This is if I had two series that were technically tied together, right? But one was way fucking bigger. I wouldn't be like, oh, we're releasing Titanfall 3. I'd be like, oh, we're releasing this new single player game that's tied into this other one. That's also Titanfall 3.
I mean...
Or you know what? They could have just never told us that Apex was set in the Titanfall universe.
Right, they could have just made it its own fucking original thing, but it just had to be connected to Titanfall. It's like a fucking parasite on Titanfall's ass. It's just sucking the life out of it.
The host is just dead. Like,
right.
At this point,
the
there's just the parasite and a
thing.
skeleton.
It would be the equivalent of if Valorant came out as being part of League of Legends lore.
Yeah, or if they were like, it's like a new League of Legends game, but they say it's in the Valorant universe.
Well, no, that actually makes sense because Valorant's a different universe.
Yeah.
But
no, I get what you guys are saying though.
Yeah. It's just like the spin-off thing is completely killed the original thing because the spin-off just happened to make more money. It's a fucking... Because it just jumped on a hot new game genre. It's depressing.
It is very... That is...
And Titanfall 2, like, you could go back and play it, I guess, but it's constantly having, like, online issues and shit, and there's hackers fucking with it all the time.
You can play the single player, though, at least.
I guess.
And at least the single player is a real single player.
It is. And you know, it's one of the best first-person shooter single-player modes in, like, fucking any game, so, hey.
Yeah.
But I've probably played it, like, 100 times. I would like something new.
Fair enough.
You know?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck, man.
I just want a new Titanfall game. I want to jump in a big robot, and I want to run around in it.
Kingdom Hearts 3, bro.
Well, that's why I went back to, like, Zone of the Enders and stuff, because I was like, yeah, it's a big robot. I can play that. Alright, so in tandem with this Apex Legends news, pro Apex Legends player holds back from shooting disconnected opponent in a $2 million global series. Ugh. It's the least every player can do out here with these issues. Professional gamer Philip Imperial Hal Dosen hit the headlines this weekend after he held off from shooting an opponent in a competitive match where he realized the enemy player had been disconnected. As spotted by Apex Legends Intel, Imperial Hal was competing in the Apex Legends Global Series 2022 Championship with a cool $2 million for grabs. When he spied a lone player off in the distance, after monitoring them for a couple of seconds, he told his TSM teammates, don't shoot him, bro, he just crashed. Now I know what you're all thinking, wow, that's real nice of him. Well, fuck that. That is some pussy shit. Play to win, guys. Should have shot his bitch ass.
Man.
I mean, you're
It's
not
$2
wrong.
million on the line. I think I'm
gonna
not going to shoot you for $2 million?
I was gonna say, yeah, out of context.
There's a reason I wanted to give that like a second. Because I'm going to absolutely download that for my soundboard later.
You think I won't
$2 million? $2 million?
You think I'm not going to shoot you for $2 million?
It's too good, man. But, I mean, okay, here's the thing. Like, I get that, but also, like, I think this was the right thing to do, you know?
Oh yeah, all jokes aside, this is like a cool, gamer bro thing to do, It's very, it's good sportsmanship,
Yeah. And, like...
So I don't blame him for doing it. I don't think it's a bad thing he did it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, and, like, worst case scenario, people will remember that and, like, want to watch the streamer, or, like, the pros stream more. So he'll probably get more than $2 million in revenue simply from doing something like that.
Right, exactly. He'll blow up even bigger because of this. So good on him for doing this. It's pretty cool.
How dare you be a good person on the internet? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right? Where do you think you are?
Think you're better than me?
It's little stuff like this
You're a
though,
good person?
that like makes me happy every once. It's like it's really is just the tiny things that make me happy because I'm so just depressed and fucking cynical about everything nowadays. This makes me kind of
Well,
happy.
speaking of being depressed and cynical, why don't you tell us about this Valorant story?
Oh god, which one?
That's up next.
This one's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Because I remember you talking about this on one of your streams, how you were talking about you actually got one of those.
Yeah, I got one.
Little,
Yeah. So it was like I was just chilling. So the way they do it essentially is, writers can, like they have these gun buddies to gift to other accounts, right? And there's nothing special about them, like other than they're exclusive. Like you can't get them anywhere. But like mine literally was just like I was playing ranked and I'm just me, so I try not to rage at my teammates. I'll just fucking hit myself in the face. And the guy was like, yeah, you're really cool, I'll give you a right gun buddy later. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And like didn't think anything of it because I just assumed he was saying that to make me play better, And then lo and behold, I log in the next day and I was like, I should check, and it's just right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but because they're so exclusive, like, quote unquote so exclusive, like they're actually not that exclusive. You see them all the time, but because it's they're League of Legends players and Counter-Strike players who are playing Valorant. Like you, people are always asking for these things.
Yeah, because you can't buy them.
Yeah, you can't buy it. You can't unlock it anywhere. So, but it's just, I don't know. People are fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah, so Riot literally had to go out of their way and release a PSA, basically saying, "Hey guys, stop fucking asking us for these. Here's how you get them."
yeah, which is like,
And they put out a list of like pretty obvious shit. If you already knew what it was, you should have. You probably already know how to get one.
yeah.
So stop fucking asking for one.
I feel bad for the writers because, like, well, I feel bad for a number of reasons. Because, but specifically for the writers in Valorant, because they have to deal with this shit constantly. I know.
Yeah.
Like, after the guy told me, because it wasn't like in a whisper or anything like that, it was just like in voice comms.
Right.
So the entire team could hear. And he was like, yeah, you're chill. And he told somebody else to give one to them too. But like the other two guys in the team were like, what about me? What about me? Like,
What about you, motherfucker?
yeah, kind of. So I feel bad for these guys. Like, it's rough.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, and it's not like they don't even really do anything, right? They're just like kind of like a accessory.
Yeah.
Just like yeah. So yeah, I can see like weird completionist type dudes being assholes and desperately trying to get one.
Yeah. No,
It's like
definitely, but yeah, they don't do anything.
yeah.
It just looks cool. People always ask, like, how'd you get one? And I'm like, I don't know, I was nice to it, dude. You gave it to me.
Right. It's there to make you feel special.
Yeah. So, that's literally it. But yeah, fucking... Leave it to Riot, bro.
Like, Like it, though that kind of stuff is the reason why like I can never have like my dream MMO. Is because like my dream MMO is like you level up based on the stuff you do and completionist stuff, and like you can build your character any like in a billion different ways. But because online people are like, I would love to have events where maybe like 100 people on the server and that's it, get the ability or whatever.
Yeah.
But because you can't do that because the rest of the fan base will all complain.
Right, they'll go ape shit and be like, "What about me?"
It was like I think it was Knights of the Old Republic when it first came out. Only like a couple people got to be Jedis.
No, that was Star Wars Galaxies.
Galaxies. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knights of the Old Republic is just an RPG. You're thinking of
no, there's
the
the Knights
Old
of the
Republic.
Oh, the Old Republic. That's the MMO,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but you could be a trust. I was there in beta. You could be a Jedi.
Yeah.
No, Galaxies
But yeah.
was the one originally because they weren't even in the game originally, and then they got added.
Yeah, you could only be a Jedi by doing like very specific things, and only a handful of people got to be Jedis.
Yeah, well, and the other thing too was that it was specific to your character. It wasn't the same requirements for everyone.
Right.
Yeah, which
It was just like, because they were trying to do it like the actual Star Wars shit, where it's random. Whoever gets you have to,
Whoever has the most
you gotta be in tune with
midichlorians.
the Force, and
Yeah.
exactly. Only people. Please don't ever say midichlorians again, please. don't like thinking about it.
but yeah, I think that shit is so fucking cool. And like, even if I didn't get it, I'd be fine with it because that's just how I am.
Well, and there was like downsides to being a Jedi too, because if you whipped out your lightsaber, like you popped up on like every bounty hunter's map. Like in the.
That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah, no, it was like a really cool concept because like you had to actually be careful, but.
Yeah, like it works in concept, but when it's something like Star Wars, it's like, bro, everybody wants to be a fucking Jedi. You either want to be a Jedi or a Mandalorian.
Yeah, you either want to be a Jedi or someone who can shoot a Jedi from 1,000 miles away.
Right, exactly.
Which I mean, like I completely understand. Like as soon as you say, "Oh, you can be a Jedi," everyone's gonna lose their shit. But like, I would love to have that in other instances, like where only 100 of these swords were crafted, and you are one of the wielders, and then everyone would be like, "Oh, I want one of those swords too."
Yeah.
Motherfucker, did you not hear what I just said? Only
Legendary
100.
Hanzo Hisashi only made 100 of these swords.
Yeah.
Every single top player is using them. Is like, oh, there's a billion of them. Cool.
Right. Yeah.
I do think that, like, personally, if I was designing a game, I don't think I'd ever make anything truly exclusive, unless it was like, the top of an esport or something.
Yeah. So
I think maybe a good way to do it is like, yeah, it's random whoever starts with it, but you can get it eventually. You can go through a process and eventually get one.
The only other way it works is that it's event based. Anyone who does the event gets it, and then anyone who doesn't has to wait for it to either come back around again or just they missed out.
Plus, the thing is, like,
Right.
I know there are certain games that, like, I will never get certain skins in because I didn't do, like, the battle pass or whatever during that time. So, I think I would, if I was designing a game, I would design it, especially for battle pass stuff, where after a couple of seasons, you could just buy older battle pass skins or whatever, Something like that, where, like, even though you didn't play at the time, like, because sometimes it's not that you don't want to play, it's just, like, you didn't know the game existed. So, you shouldn't be punished for that.
You miss out on the cool stuff, yeah. Because that always bothers me whenever I see games do, like, online stuff, do, like, timed events. I'm like, well, what about the people who aren't into the game yet? What about the person who's still waiting to save their money so they can buy a PC so they can be able to play this game?
Yeah. So, and, like, unless it was an esport, everything would be achievable. Yep. Let's move on.
So, you guys like NFTs?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Developer turns future of gaming talk into a surprise attack on convention's NFT and blockchain sponsors. The fucking balls on this guy.
I mean, he made Chroma Squad, so it makes sense.
which is an okay game. It has a terrible PS4 port.
The PC port is... It's probably not a port. I think it was developed for PC, but...
It came out on PC, originally.
Oh my god, that game is fun.
It is. It's super fun. It's like one of the few, like, Power Ranger things out there that kind of... It like, understands it outside of, like, you know, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. It, like, understands what makes Power Rangers cool. So.
Yeah, and also kind of stupid.
Right, exactly, yeah. It's goofy, and, like, the whole idea that it's, like, you're doing a TV show and you're setting everything up so it goes well. It's fucking cool. But anyway, game developer Mark Venturelli received a spirited ovation at Brazil's International Games Festival on Friday. After he surprised the audience for his Future of Game Design talk with a new title, Why NFTs Are a Nightmare. It was a loud statement against blockchains push into gaming, one of the most divisive trends of this year. I don't know about divisive. It kind of seems like everyone just fucking hates them. And the only people who actually likes them are fucking game companies. Yeah, exactly. Corporations and, like, investors.
Rich people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this. The technology can be useful and cool in the future when we figure out how to make it not be so bad.
Right. When it stops being just a way for rich people to push money around and scam people out of their money. Anyway, the festival's list of 2022 sponsors includes several NFT and blockchain companies, including Lakia and Ripio, and the festival's programming included panels from those sponsors such as Web3 and the new generation of games. Venturelli, who is best known for the game Chroma Squad, didn't just push back against those talks by calling NFTs a nightmare. He argued in detail that they're bad for gaming and run directly counter to his vision for the future of game design. In a follow-up interview with PC Gamer, Venturelli says the event's blockchain sponsors need to buy their relevance because they're not relevant. These people are outsiders here. They're not important, says Venturelli. They're just trying to buy their relevance because they have no actual influence over the future of our industry. If you just keep them in the space, uncontested, you're just giving them exactly what they want and buying their narrative that they're relevant. So, yeah, he just went, you know, it's pretty cool. I'm glad to see, you know, literal devs being like, nah, fuck this bullshit. Recently Valve was like, no, fuck NFTs. Minecraft was like, yeah, fuck NFTs, they're blocked, we're not fucking with them. So yeah, I'm glad people
that's ironic because they're all blocked.
Right, yeah. They're blocking the blockchain as they're blocked.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, this is good.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, it's good people are coming out against it and not just kind of... And like you said, we're not just letting them fucking, you know, buy their way into the space. We can't just let them do that, you know. We've got to speak out against them because they're shitty. And they're just kind of... Like, because, like, Square Enix and Ubisoft and all these companies are, like, so desperate to get into the NFT space because some jackass in their, like, I don't know, money department was like, we gotta get into NFTs, bro. They're all the rage.
You gotta get in there before all the prices go way up.
Yeah, it's just for suckers, I guess. Like, you know,
especially now that shit's crashed.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's so weird seeing companies still try to get into it after the shit's crashed. Because it's clear they
fucked up. It's done.
Because it's clear they were planning to get into it before the crash, and they have to go through with the plans now because, you know, they spent all this money on their fucking NFTs. Even fucking Tesla recently, even though Elon Musk was sucking NFTs dicks fucking forever ago, they've sold off 75% of their NFTs already. Because, you know, it's just it's completely crashed. Like, nobody gives a fuck about these things. But yeah, he gave a pretty decently long little presentation. If you want it, fucking look it up. Again, his name was Mark Venturelli. It was really good. Up next, Bayonetta 3! There's
Bayonetta 3!
It's coming out!
It's
finally!
got news! Let's go, trailers!
So yeah, it was announced in 2017. And then it had like a short teaser.
Yeah.
A few months ago. But yeah, basically there was basically no information for like 5 years, and then they're like, all right, it's finally coming out. Let's see.
And you know what the rules are. No gameplay, no hype. But there's gameplay!
Yeah, there's gameplay. Thank God. Because that was the problem. Like, when they first showed it, there was no gameplay. It was just like it was just a weird, like, teaser of Bayonetta getting fucking chopped in half.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nuts. Then they left people hanging on that for years.
I like the redesign.
Bayonetta, yeah, because it's a different Bayonetta from the original games. It's like they're doing multiverse stuff.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's all the rage, man.
It is all the rage. Look.
Also, I will say, gameplay don't mean shit to me because I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, and we've had I think 4 different Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers before Kingdom Hearts 3 released that all had gameplay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, yeah. Gameplay just shows us, hey, a real thing is happening. It's not like
there's an engine at least.
Right. Because it's like when they first showed off Anthem forever ago, you could tell that was fake gameplay, you know. But here it's like this is real ass gameplay because there's weird clipping issues and like, you know, bug looking shit. But still looks awesome. They introduced well, I guess to say the game's coming out on the 28th of October.
Mm-hmm.
Rad. It's got a new character, Viola. The immediate reference, of course, is Virgil. But as anyone who plays these games knows, whenever a third person is introduced, it's Nero.
And he shall fiddle while Rome burns. No one? Alright.
But yeah, Bayonetta exists. Bayonetta 3 exists. It has a mode called Naive Angel mode, where it just censors some of the moves, some of the more you know, spicy moves. And it's like
some of the more risque moves.
It's really funny because it's clearly like a tongue-in-cheek platinum thing. Like Nintendo was definitely like, hey, can you guys, you know, do something about all these titties and ass? And they're like, okay, well here's Naive Angel mode, which is, you know, here's your clean cut, you can play this in front of your parents mode.
What a good term for it. Like,
right, it's really good.
Here's your piss baby mode, but you know.
Well, it's calling it Naive Angel, it fits like the motif of Bayonetta, you know. But yeah, it's funny. It's like when you actually look at like what they're changing, like what it actually censors. It's like, okay, well, it's not like it's fucking ruining the game and getting in the way of everything. It's literally just there's like when she does her powers and her hair's all over her body, you know, she's just covered up still, you know. Which I think is how they do it in Smash.
Yeah, I think so.
Like the hair, like her clothes don't disappear when she uses her powers. The hair just comes out, you know. But yeah. So alternate Bayonetta, Viola. They actually literally show 2 different genres in here. So who knows where that's gonna go. But yeah, hype.
Nice.
All right, guys, time to get a little political.
Oh shit.
So Shinzo Abe was assassinated. Fucking crazy.
That was nuts.
Yep. Super wild. Especially happening in Japan where, you know, gun shit is not like, you know,
common.
Not like it is in America. But anyway. So Kojima Productions warns of legal action as Hideo Kojima misidentified as former Japanese Prime Minister's assassin.
How? Like, I've seen this story so many times. I saw it when it broke, and I'm like, what?
Let's see. Let's just get to it. Hideo Kojima's company has warned that it may pursue legal action against false information after the long-running developer was falsely identified as the shooter behind the assassination of the former Japanese Prime Minister. Blah, blah. In the wake of the attack, Video Games Chronicle reports that social media posts began spreading that compared Yamagami's, the assassin's, appearance to Hideo Kojima, basically saying, hey, they look alike. So these tweets are misunderstood by news outlets and politicians, and then it basically news sites were just reporting, hey, Hideo Kojima assassinated the former prime minister. his name even trended on Twitter
Yup.
with around 35,000 tweets.
So like,
So yeah, it would be very, very shitty.
Kojima, his Twitter just posts like lunch and dinner meals, like
Right. It's like he's just going around hanging out, going to restaurants, that kind of shit.
just imagine you post your lunch and all of a sudden you get like 1,000 notifications. You're like, oh man, people must really like my lunch.
Yeah, like holy shit. This is what happens when fucking news outlets and shit and politicians just want to jump on a story without all the information.
Yeah.
They're so desperate. Because we were talking about this before, Cameron, like a couple days ago, how they don't really care about the facts. They just care about being first.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say like, it must be like insane to get wrapped up in all this without knowing what's going on. So everyone's just like at your door, just like, hey, what's this about? What's this about?
Someone's like, the cops are at your house and shit, trying to figure out what's going on. And when I first heard this, I was like, Hideo Kojima would never assassinate someone. He would just predict it down to the perfect moment in one of his video games. He would never actually kill somebody. He would just call it 20 years in advance.
I mean, honestly though,
I mean,
I mean, he did like fucking Metal Gear Solid 2 basically called our entire society as it is today. Between like weird capitalism shit and proxy wars and memes and how information spreads.
and Snake.
Just fucking nailed it. So like it. Yeah, it's just baffling to me. Like, maybe take 2 seconds to figure out who the fuck Hideo Kojima is before you accuse him of being a fucking assassin. Before you accuse him of killing somebody.
Yeah, no, this just makes me hate life.
like, that's a big accusation too. Like, that's not
Right.
like, oh, this dude walked out of a store with a bagel without paying for it. No.
Especially considering how the Japanese police had the fucking guy in custody.
Yeah.
They basically caught him immediately. So it's like, why are you spreading this bullshit that it was Hideo Kojima? But damn, like this makes you want to buy like Death Stranding or fucking whatever, just to be like, hey Kojima, don't worry, man, it'll be okay. Makes me want to like rub his shoulders.
Your image is safe with us. Don't worry.
Right? Yeah, we
your
know
fan.
you, man.
Your fans know you a little bit.
We know you're buttfuck crazy, but you're not that crazy.
You're not that crazy.
Oh god.
Anyway, speaking of buttfuck crazy, hold on, Eurogamer article again.
Yeah, Skate 4.
Skate 4. It's the people developing Skate 4 put out a cool little trailer where they were like, "Hey guys, we're working on the game. It's gonna take a while," and they kind of showed a very, very, very early version of the game.
Yep.
Which is cool. Like a lot of dev teams and companies don't want to show you super early versions of stuff because it kind of gives you a bad look. But here they're like, "Here's how far we've gotten. It's gonna take a while. Please be patient." And I respect that. I respected it until EA decided that it was going to be a free-to-play live service game. Cut to the Andy meme of him dropping a toy and saying, "I don't want to play with you anymore." Fans eagerly awaited fresh news of EA's highly anticipated new skate game. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Why is this? Fans eagerly awaited fresh news of EA's highly anticipated new skate game have been given their wish. What? That's a weird sentence.
It's also grammatically incorrect.
Yeah, I was like, that was why I was
Get your
confusing. I
shit
was like,
together, Matt Wales. I'm calling you out. It's at the very top, and the first sentence couldn't be proofread. Come on, man.
Right, yeah. Come on, man. But it mightn't be quite what they were expecting. Mightn't. Come on, man. EA and developer Full Circle have shared a new 18-minute video announcing, among other things, that their long-awaited skateboarding revival will be a free-to-play live service game.
Out of all the games to have that model, Skate makes the most sense. because if you just want to try it, like if you're like me, like maybe you just want to play what essentially is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater for like
Yep.
Yeah.
30 minutes a day and not worry about anything. And then if you're really into it, it makes sense that you're gonna want to buy all the cosmetics.
Right, you'll pay into it, yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, but knowing EA, they'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
So knowing EA, you're gonna go to play what's it called, the like world creator, the whatever the map creator is called in that
Oh, like the create
create a
Yeah.
world. You'll
Create
have
a
to
dick.
buy every ramp individually,
right. If you want like special ramps or anything, or like, yeah.
and I'm not talking about in-game currency. I'm talking about money.
Yeah, of course
You're
you
gonna have to
Right, actual
It's EA,
real
bro.
ass money, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So like the cool thing would be like, hey, you play the game, you get to buy these ramps, or you can just skip all that and buy with money. They're not like it's gonna be outlandish how much you have to grind to get like a single ramp.
Yeah. Well, I saw like like these like how Diablo Immortal came out and people were like adding up how much it would take to actually max out all your stuff, and
Yeah.
most people was like just predicting like, oh, it cost you like $50,000. It'll cost you. They found it would cost way fucking more than that, really.
Yeah. It's because
and here, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's because Diablo Immortal doesn't have a what's the thing called a
Cap.
forgiveness system. I forget what the like proper
Oh.
term for it is for gacha, but it's basically it's all random and there's no like guaranteed you get the thing at the end.
Yeah.
So you just keep rolling until you get it.
Right. So Skate, as the game is going to be called. Let's see. EA wants to. They're framing its free-to-play live service as a chance to listen to players over the course of time and put the features they want into it.
If this was any other company than EA, I might believe that.
Right. Exactly. If this were just Full Circle kind of doing their own thing as like a semi-independent company, they'd be like, okay, that's cool. Especially after that, the kind of the pre-alpha gameplay they showed. I'd be like, all right, that's cool, but it's EA. The masters of fucking up a good thing.
Yeah. Like,
So.
even Riot, I would trust more with that idea than EA.
Right. Yeah.
Which is impressive, because Riot somehow manages to make an extremely well competitive game and also completely misunderstands its fan base.
Yeah.
Oh, impressive.
I know.
It is very impressive.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to see how this goes. I also don't want to support EA. So that's where I'm at.
Agreed.
Moving on.
Moving on. The acquisition wars continue.
Damn it.
Sony has completed its $3.7 billion deal to acquire Bungie and welcome it into the PlayStation family.
But apparently,
But this is not the.
no, go ahead.
This isn't even the first time Bungie has been acquired. They usually do this. They go, all right, we need money to make a game. All right, we made the game. Let's buy our independence back. And then that independence lasts for about a year or two, and then they need to be bought again,
Yeah.
So, let's see. Sony Interactive Entertainment has officially completed its $3.7 billion deal to acquire Bungie, the studio behind Destiny and every Halo game up to Halo Reach.
Which
Oh,
was
speaking
the best Halo.
of fucking Halo, how's Infinite doing?
Who cares?
Not great.
Not the people making it.
Yeah. No, it's not doing
I've
well.
only heard not great things. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Welcome to the family, Bungie.
It's basically the same old shit, except Bungie will still be able to put out stuff on Switch or Stadia or fucking Microsoft or whatever.
Right. They said there's a new they're making a new game. There's a new IP. And this new IP could be comedic and may feature whimsical characters, whatever that means.
Team Fortress 3.
Oh no, that's a Valve thing. They'd never do that.
You never know. Team Fortress 3 and everything but name alone.
Basically, yeah. Which I'm surprised there aren't more of those.
Yeah.
Because since Valve is fucking apparently done with Team Fortress 2 or whatever, and just letting it get ripped to pieces by fucking hackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but something's coming from Bungie now that they're owned by Sony. It'll probably have like Kratos and fucking Last of Us characters and Homeboy from that samurai game. as like cameos or some shit, because Sony can't help themselves but shove that shit in the games. But yeah, acquisition wars continue. Companies are getting consolidated, and eventually there will only be 2 or 3 big companies left.
Moving on.
Fall Guys apologizes for bug that caused players to make unintentional purchases.
Oh, okay, yes, I read the headline on this and I was very, very concerned.
Dozens of players have run into the problem, which Mediatonic initially dismissed as not an issue. The transition of Fall Guys to a free-to-play game, which I didn't even know he did that, has been a major success for Mediatonic and Epic Games, but there have been a couple bumps. Servers struggled to deal with the sudden spike in players after the switch, forcing the developers to disable custom lobbies in some parts of the in-game store. And now, some players are encountering a bug that's causing them to unintentionally buy items from the store instead of previewing them. So basically, people will go in, select something, look at it, and now they own it. Yeah, so...
That sucks.
And basically, when people were trying to talk to, customer support about it, customer support basically told them just go fuck off. They were saying, here we go. Making matters worse, at least one Redditor claimed that Mediatonic support was dismissing the complaints outright. The Fall Guys policy on cosmetics is that all purchases are final and non-refundable, which is clear enough, but according to Chunky Pete, a support rep named Steve accused them of lying about the situation in order to get around the refund policy. Quote from Steve, "You have stated that this is a bug purchase and a known issue. Neither of those things is the case. The purchase was made by you, not a bug. Whether it was intentional or not, this is still the case. This is not a known issue because it's not an issue. Items cannot be bought automatically by the system. They always require input from the player. Again, whether accidental or not, you made this input and purchased the item. As per our EULA, which you agreed to, all purchases are final and will not be refunded." So basically just customer support being useless dicks, as always. It's just a shitty situation. Eventually, Mediatonic was like, wait a minute, a fucking 1,000 people have been reporting this issue. Maybe it actually is an issue.
Maybe.
I can see the first couple being dismissed as, like, somebody just trying to get their money back, but, like...
Right.
That's really rough, Like...
Yeah. And, let's see. Cause so Mediatonic basically came out and apologized for it, and they were like, our bad, guys. And they basically posted, like, a weird-ass, like... Because now they're giving everybody who plays the game, like, a free costume, basically. And they posted this tweet. I'm going to put it in the...
Oh, God. Yeah, I see it on the thing.
Oh, is it in the docket already?
No, it's just the tweets at the bottom of the article.
Oh, yeah. They basically put out a tweet where they were like, there's a big surprise in your inventory, which is basically the new costume they gave everybody for free. And the picture they posted was like a giant dick-shaped Fall Guy intimidating a smaller Fall Guy. Good shit. Best way to kind of, offset the bad publicity is with hilarious publicity. So that's good. It's good they're fixing it. It's insane that this is an issue in the first place. But yeah, it's also kind of terrifying because imagine if EA did this. EA would just be like, "Go fuck yourself. Thanks for the money, bitch." But yeah, Fall Guys, which I have not even played.
I haven't either, but fuck it, right?
I have. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it had its whole thunderstorm when fucking Among Us came out.
Yeah.
People basically forgot it existed when Among Us came out.
I mean, it didn't help that Fall Guys at the time when Among Us came out was riddled with cheaters and.
Yeah.
I'm noticing a trend.
And you also, it was also like $25, I think. And Among Us was only like free to $5 depending on what version you got.
You could play it for free on your phone. You get all the hats for $5.
Yeah.
And then so the man, what was the point I was gonna make? Fuck. Oh, all right, we're good.
Okay, fuck it. Let's go.
Good. Okay.
So
All right.
Consumer spending potentially down.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Game
oh.
spending down 10%. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just like thinking about this bug on a larger scale where like you click on a button and it buys everything in the what's it called, everything possible instantly.
That'd be nuts. That'd be fucked up.
That's a lot of shit.
That's a lot of shit. A lot of costumes. Mm-hmm. Especially all those like cameo costumes and shit they started putting in the game and like the special crossover stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, game spending down 10% to 26.3 billion in 2022.
No, this is in the first half. Wow.
Yeah, first. Yeah. So,
Good. Stop giving these motherfuckers
yeah,
your money.
man. Exactly. Play what you already have. Stop spending money. Stop giving these fucking shitty corporations money.
Hey,
I haven't even. Well, go ahead.
Remember the $1,500 you spent on Steam in the last 10 years? Yeah, play some of those
Yeah,
games.
no, like
Right, exactly.
honestly, like people are always bitching about how bad certain things are for the industry. Like, God knows that's this entire podcast. But like, we can just not spend money on this shit.
Right.
And like, it actually matters. It does actually matter because they don't give a fuck about your petition. What they give a fuck about is that they don't have the $60 in their wallet.
Yep.
Right. Right. They could give a shit about some online petition you signed.
Yeah.
You know.
And like, I feel bad for the people that work on these games that don't have anything to do with the politics or like the story or anything like that, and are just like having to design the shit. But there are going to be some casualties in making this system better.
Right. You're gonna have to. It's gonna hurt, but you're gonna have to fucking cut off these fucking parasites.
Yeah.
You know. Blah, blah, blah. Analyst Matt Piscatella noted a growth in subscription spending, but it could not offset declines in other areas of content spending, while hardware and accessory spending also stopped. Hardware and accessory spending stopped because
We couldn't
of
fucking get it.
drop. Right, exactly. So, yeah, and it's like it's a bunch of other reasons why, like people, like post-pandemic, people's, you know, their jobs suck ass. They're not working at all, so people aren't spending as much money.
We're going to a giant global recession. Like,
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like our economy is fucked right now. Everything's a little up in the air as far as where we're gonna be.
man, our economy has been
within the next
fucked
couple
like since
years.
before I was born. Like, whatever.
Right.
Like,
We've been in perpetual recessions and depressions for fucking decades
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
but good. Don't give people your money unless they deserve it.
Right.
Like me on Twitch.
Like Elden Ring.
Yeah, like
Right, exactly.
like us on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, give your favorite Twitch streamer all your money.
Or you know what?
That-
if you're already giving Amazon your money, just give your favorite Twitch streamer your Prime.
Right. That's what I try to do. I usually go to one of you guys' streams and just fucking subscribe with Prime and then I fuck off.
Yep.
But yeah, oh my god. Overwatch, that's gonna be so bad. But yeah, like Elden Ring is placed first in dollar sales in 4 of its 5 months on the market. So yeah, stuff is making money. But again, it's stuff that like people seem to genuinely like. And it's weird, like number 2 is Lego Star Wars
The Skywalker.
The Skywalker Saga.
Hell yeah. I love Lego Star Wars.
Which that game is awesome because you know you get to do combos on children. So, but yeah.
Also notice...
Like, don't-
Oh, go ahead.
What's
No,
up?
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, don't spend your money on shit like the new Call of Duty or this Demon Slayer fucking game, or Sonic fucking Origins, that pile of shit. Spend on stuff that look up these games. Don't just buy them just because it's a thing that exists. See if it's got good reviews. See what kind of monetization it has in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is you'll notice that, like, half of these 20 games are Nintendo games. Because as
Right.
much as we bitch about Nintendo, at least they put out, like, quality games.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like their kind of practices with preserving games and stuff is kind of shitty. Like shutting down the 3DS store,
Yeah.
which they just did. That sucks. But hey, at least they put out fucking games that aren't trying to rip you off.
Smash Bros. Ultimate. Which, yes, there are DLC fighters, but you don't need any of them. You know, like, they're cool, but they're not
Right.
that overpowered.
Like you can literally, like if there's a DLC fire you want, you can just get that one. You don't have to get fucking all 5 in a pack or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, people just need to spend their money smarter. You know, what the fuck is? Oh, F122 is like a racing game, I guess.
Yeah. It's good as a
Which
benchmarker.
I don't understand. Like, I get it. People like racing, but I don't understand buying like Forza games, you know, once a year. They really aren't that different.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Okay. Moving on. This is basically this is kind of related to what we were talking about earlier. PC market experiences sharpest decline in 9 years. Shipments were down 12.6% year-on-year during Q2 of 2022. The PC market has experienced the sharpest decline in years. As reported by Eurogamer, PC shipments have declined 12%, blah, blah, blah. Again, because, you know, couldn't get them. Fucking scalpers. Fucking crypto miners.
Couldn't get them, or the other thing is we spent 2 years trying to get them. We all got them just recently, and now we don't need to get them.
Right.
Well, the other thing too is that like now that we can finally afford it, or now that prices are finally going down, like I can't afford the new shit that I used to be able to.
Yeah.
You know, like rent went up, like gas prices went up.
Right,
like
yeah.
I don't have that kind of money anymore.
Like, that's so fucked. Like, it's as soon as like something you kind of want goes down in price, everything you need goes up in price.
Yeah. Like I really want a new graphics card, but like I also need to fill my fucking tank.
Right. Especially out there in California. What's it at in California right now? The gas.
Like so I fill up at Costco, so it's a lot cheaper, but I think generally it's like $5.70.
I've seen some places that go up to $6.
Yeah, there's a couple places in LA that got up to $7.
I'm lucky. I live in a place where it's actually going down, so it's like 380 now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I did see there was some place where it's going down. I think it's going down here in Indiana too.
It is going down, but
Yeah. Because it was like, because I know Indiana and California were like two of the places I saw on a map that were like the worst about it. That had some of the worst prices. But yeah, it's just more PC data, supply chain issues. You know, not even being able to get the shit out to people, even when they did have it, even when they could pay for it. Yeah, it's just the industry is kind of getting rocked right now. There's all this post-pandemic shit. It's still, even though we're still kind of in the pandemic, just a tiny little bit, especially with COVID kind of bouncing back with this new variant or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it's a lot of stuff is about to change. I think, not just with the game industry, just with industry in general, and with our fucking world and our economy and society. So we'll see. Stuff's gonna change, so we'll see how it goes.
Skull and Crossbones, Skull and Bones, or whatever.
So Skull and Bones is finally coming out because it has to, because they borrowed a bunch of money from the Philippine, was it the Filipino government? I believe it's the Filipino government. Basically, they borrowed a bunch of money from this government, and now they have to make the game. This game has been, they announced this like
Malaysian, I think.
Is it Malaysia?
I'm looking it up.
But yeah, they announced this game forever ago, and they're like, it's been, they kept pushing it back, and it looked like it was just not going to come out. But then they recently announced, hey, there's a new gameplay trailer that's going to come out, and the gameplay trailer showed a bunch of fucking, like that. Basically, the article I put up on here is about that meme where if Elden Ring was made by Ubisoft, it would have a bunch of fucking screen clutter, And then it turns out Skull and Bones literally looks like that. It literally has all that bullshit ass screen clutter, like unironically.
It's pretty fucking hilarious.
Fucking amazing. It's like, how do you lack self-awareness like that? What kind of game are you trying to make?
I mean,
all that shit.
Yes, but also I don't care. I'm not gonna buy this fucking game. Like,
well, I mean, Skull. I was just saying, yeah, like it's just funny. Yeah, no one's gonna fucking play this shit. Yeah, because I know of some people who are like, man, I just want to play like that Assassin's Creed 4 boat shit, which that boat shit in Assassin's Creed 4 is fucking awesome. And this was supposedly the same people doing it, right? But
it's Singapore.
Yeah,
Singapore, that's what it is. But yeah, So already, the Ubisoft is just it basically seems like they're putting this game out and setting it up to fail. They know it's gonna fuck up. They know it's not gonna do well. They're barely advertising it anywhere. They're barely talking about it. And from the stories I've heard, the development on this game is like fucked up. Basically, Ubisoft is just sending people to work on it just so they can get like promoted, and then they leave development on it. And it's all like they're not letting the native people in Singapore get promoted. It's just the
French
people Ubisoft is sent. Yeah, the French people, the French Canadians that Ubisoft is sending over. They're the only ones getting promoted, which is pretty fucked up.
So stupid.
Like everything about this game is just just a big fuck up. But good. I'm glad then, because that means I don't have to. I mean, I wasn't gonna buy it anyway. It's fucking Ubisoft, but now I really don't even have to look.
Especially not after the shit they're pulling with the Assassin's Creed shit.
Yeah, like now I really don't even have to look at it. I don't even have to look up videos. I don't have to fucking worry about it all. So fuck them. And oh yeah, that's it. Those are our news stories.
Oh, there's a few more, weren't there?
Were there?
There was the Babylon Season 2 stuff. Is that all old news?
Babylon. Oh, did I put? What did I?
The Babylon Fall
Oh,
not
we didn't talk about this stuff. Okay.
Yeah, because this was like right after our last one.
Do you want to start with?
I just want to get the Babylon's Fall shit out of the way because I don't care.
Yeah, sure.
Season 2 started. They added a new weapon. Cool. Like,
Yeah, this game people aren't playing. Literally, it had like 0 players at one point recently.
Yeah.
So.
And there's another fucking one that says like Babylon's Fall won't add content for 3 months, so devs can fix it. But also, this article is literally like half blank space, so who cares?
Right. It's
like
it's too late.
The game.
Platinum probably has like a skeleton team working on it. They're onto Bayonetta and they're onto. Oh, also Platinum just had an ex Nintendo guy as he's like their new CEO or whatever. So they're focusing on other shit.
At this point, the only way Babylon Fall can make a comeback is if they were to pull off a Final Fantasy 14.
nuke the entire server. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just remake it from the ground up, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
I don't see that.
I doubt they'll do.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like fuck this game. They're kind of just done with it.
Take-Two and Zynga merged, which I should care, but I just don't.
Me neither.
They're gonna make a fuck ton of money. That's
Yeah,
it.
like
Exactly.
whatever. It's not like mobile games are getting any worse. Like I don't care.
That's so true. It's like they've already hit the fucking most bottom they can get to.
Oh my god, why Eurogamer? Why?
Oh, you're trying to do
The
King
Kong's
Kong's
nutsack?
testicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a relatively old story. But yeah, the fucking Warzone players found a glitch in the King Kong versus Godzilla crossover event, where basically you can shoot King Kong in the balls and get extra experience points, like infinite experience, I believe.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
good.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's good shit. I don't think they took it out. I think they left it. So
That's good. Shooting a monkey in his balls should always give you extra XP.
well, it's one of those things where it's so funny and people like it so much that as a dev, I'd be like, let's just leave it in there. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's
people
not like
it.
it's not like the XP gives you anything extra, right?
Right.
Like maybe it
It's
unlocks
just-
shit,
it's you unlock stuff just for the match, so
but yeah.
it's like you don't gotta worry about anything crazy.
Okay, so
so
this
funny.
last one is about unionization at Raven.
Yes, Ravensoft has they basically just the story is that their unionization plans went through and now they're a union, and I believe somebody else recently just tried to unionize too. They're in the middle of it. I can't remember what company it is. I think it's a Ubisoft team. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. Hold on. Oops. Oh shit, no. Okay, I can't remember what it's called, but they're a bunch of dev teams now that unionizing has become like a bigger thing in the zeitgeist again. and people are starting to realize, hey, we're getting fucked over as workers. A lot of people are starting to union up and you know, fight back for the rights, which is awesome. And hopefully this means the games start getting better too, because holy shit. Because Activision Blizzard was fucking shit up, and Ubisoft is fucking shit up, all because they care more about the dollar bills than the people that are making their games, the people they're selling their games to. So
yeah, I just don't get it. Maybe it's because like I have any amount of like, let's just not even take like humanity into the equation. Any amount of business sense would be like, oh, let's continue to make quality products and not push the people too hard that are working for us, so that, you know, we can continue to make quality products that will give us revenue. Like,
exactly.
What the fuck?
But
that's always been my thing. It's like, it's just not logical to just squeeze people out like that, you know, into fucking, like, you know, squeeze them like a toothpaste fucking bottle or whatever, and just treat them like they're nothing, throwing them into the meat grinder and not give a shit what happens to them. Like, these people who make your games what they are.
Yeah.
You know?
But
any corporation is like that. Like, they care more about the short-term gain and you know, the obvious money they'll make instead of the respect and the love of the fucking industry. See, you know, they just want money.
Yeah, I was gonna say the issue is that dollar sign is way more powerful in a lot of people's heads. So like, they'll be like, oh, so you're saying if we cut our costs by 50% and just double up the time people work, we can still make the same amount of money? Let's do that.
It's like the Unity team, the Unity kind of dev team recently. They got like a new CEO, and then they fired a bunch of people, and they gave that CEO $25 million. You know, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Dumbasses.
What sense does that make? Like, it's all about like making money, no matter what, no matter how bad things are for people, no matter how, like, try to siphon as much money out of people as possible, no matter how ethically fucked up it is. So, yeah, it's I don't know. Again, this is why unionizing is so good right now. It's good for our industry. It's good for every industry. More people should do it. Like every time I see like some Starbucks shit, like, hey, they closed I think like Chipotle recently, but yeah, every time some company is like, these people were trying to unionize, so we shut them down. It's like, do you really think that's a good idea? You really think that looks good on you? You know? Just it's so stupid, and like it's clearly like the egos of these fucking CEOs and shit who don't give a fuck about the stuff they're making. They're just trying to make money. You know, they don't give a fuck about the games. Like that. The Unity CEO again, John Riccatello, was like, you know, people who don't try to monetize their games are fucking idiots. Like, you know, him saying that shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, you gotta be smarter than that. Even if you want to be a scumbag CEO, you need to realize that literally, like, saying that, being so fucking obvious about it, is only going to hurt you. It's not good for you or your company.
I mean, like, it's true in the sense that if you want a game to be a business, you do need to monetize it at some point. But also, like,
but his focus isn't monetizing it in like a small way, or like the game's $60 and that's it, and then we'll do DLC. He's talking about monetizing as in, because he's the same guy that said when he was working for EA, he said, how awesome would it be if we could make people pay for bullets and reloads, you know, like $1 per bullet.
Oh my god.
Literally said that, you know. He's talking about that kind of shit.
Oh boy.
So it's like, when they're so transparent about it, you know, it just makes you sick. Really.
It's because like I feel the issue is that people will pay for it, and that's the problem.
That is the big problem. Like, again, like Diablo Immortal, which makes like $1 million a day, because people play the fuck out of it and spend money on it.
Yeah.
Because there are people who are not tuned into the bullshit. You know, they're not looking at these news stories and being like, oh, that's fucked up, and seeing the kind of bullshittery they're pulling on them. They don't see themselves getting scammed. They're so used to it. We've talked about this before. They're so used to the fucking microtransactions and live service shit now that it's just how games are. They've accepted it.
Yeah. A lot of people got into gaming after, like, you didn't have to buy shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Also, there's a lot of people out there who don't have time to game, but don't understand that games aren't supposed to be this money-grabbing, hungry
Right.
process. So a lot
Like
of people
games aren't you're not really supposed to be able to buy your way to victory in a game. You're supposed to play the game.
Yeah.
And, you know. So.
But people are like, I don't have
Yeah,
time
it's
for that. Let me just buy it.
Right. I'll just buy this gun. I'll buy this cosmetic or whatever. It's like, man, don't you like? Do you even like the game at that point? Really? When you're just buying shit because you're clearly not trying to play it. You're not trying to spend time playing it. You know. So. That's why I appreciate games like Enter the Gungeon, where they put out free updates, and then, you know, there's like a billion different guns, and they don't make you pay for a single one.
Like I think roguelikes might be my favorite like genre, just based on like money spent to effort put in.
Exactly, yeah. They have so much more value than so many other games.
That and then the new genre that just got born recently, which has got some really cool stuff. Bullet Heaven games, or whatever they're called.
Bullet
Hell?
Heaven? Yeah, I was say Bullet Hell?
No. So there's a new genre. There's a new genre that just got released. Vampire Savior is one of those games. There's a couple others that just got released, but this guy basically made a roulette game that's a roguelike that you don't shoot. You don't click on the screen, you just move around and dodge bullets, and it auto shoots for you and whatnot. And
Oh, okay. I've seen some games like that.
people are calling it Bullet Heaven because it's the opposite of Bullet Hell. Because you are basically the person causing the bullet hell.
Oh shit! Fucking what? I have heard of Bullet Heaven because it was on fucking Newgrounds. Yeah, because it was made by Matt Rozak. Yeah, that dude who made the Epic Battle Fantasy games.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't realize he was like. That's so weird. Yeah, it came out in the.
I didn't realize he was so fucking weird.
Huh.
But so
Anyway,
game like Vampire Savior. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I've seen like
I saw the Steam page.
I've seen ads and stuff for it.
Or okay, not Vampire Savior. What the fuck is it called? God damn it! That's not the game I'm talking about.
Vampire Survivors.
Survivors is what I'm
Yeah.
probably thinking of. Yes,
Latest
Vampire
safe
Survivors is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, there's a news story on it on Eurogamer.
Yeah, basically it's a roguelike where you're one dude who creates a bullet heaven for all the enemies, or creates a bullet hell for all the enemies. And at the end of the game, you basically get so strong where you don't have to move.
Okay. Damn. Alright, I'll fuck with that. I'll try it out.
Yeah. These are like the new genre of games that are like roguelikes and stuff where you buy the game and the game just keeps on giving. Like
Right. You're it's a crazy idea, but you're rewarded for playing the game.
you're rewarded with more game.
Oh, guys, we can't go there. That's too far. That's too far. We still got time.
All right.
Where can we find you, Cameron?
You can find me at IPT Buttons on Twitter and I Press the Buttons on YouTube and Twitch.
Rad.
What about you, Deshaun?
You can find me at Mr. Urban Buddha on. Oh wait a minute. Yeah, you can find me at Mr. Urban Buddha on Twitter, Super Urban Buddha on YouTube, Super Urban Buddha on Twitch, and also Super Urban Buddha on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
What about you,
And-
Derek?
You can find me at Came in Second on YouTube and Twitch. I've been posting some small little highlights for my Valorant escapades.
Oh yeah.
And on Twitter at real_CAS, where you can yell at me for whatever.
Good job. Nice job. Good job.
All right. Good job, everybody. We did it.
We did it. That's a podcast. Goodbye.